ask every one of them to put their name on it. And you write down one reason you think we lost in the regional finals in Dallas. And turn them into me. And they did. Overwhelmingly, basically every one of them said, team chemistry. While we're so talented, while we were young, being led by a freshman point guard, a sophomore post player, a sophomore wing, a sophomore wing, a sophomore post player, another sophomore post player, they overwhelmingly said, Coach, it was team chemistry. So they came this past summer and they fixed that. I didn't fix that. They have to fix that. And I have this vision in my head when I heard this story. There's a ropes course here in town that they participated in. And all they could laugh and talk about was helping our freshman, Suni Ibuki, get over the wall. And while I laughed like you just did, I realized they mean business. So as we approach the season, I was asked to do that pregame video. That's not my personality. I like to play the underdog role. I like to sneak in the back door, beat you, and leave the arena. But we couldn't hide how talented we were. We knew expectations would be placed upon us by the media and even by you. So we embraced it. And I felt because we were a year older, because we had been through the experiences of a devastating loss and some outstanding wins their freshman year, it was time to embrace it. Little did I know at the time that we would go 40-0. No one can ever place those kind of expectations on a basketball team. It's not fair. But what I did place upon them was a national championship. And I also challenged them to not have any issues off the floor. That's a sign of growing up and being mature and accepting and becoming accountable for what your responsibility is. And each of them did that this year. We hear about Brittany Griner, and we should. She is the face of women's basketball, not here, across the country. Odyssey Sims, I think, proves she's the best point guard in the country. But those two players didn't win the national championship, and every one of them behind me can tell you what I said in the locker room in January. The only way we win the national championship is for Nene Hayden and Jordan Madden to go win it for us.
She said that on the news.
What I mean by that, and you listen, Destiny Williams plays the whole season with double-doubles. The game is over. The kid has killed the opponent with double-figure scoring and double-figure rebounding. She never once asks for anything. She goes and she does her job every night. We had to have a defensive stopper. Jordan Madden was given that responsibility. As a freshman, she reluctantly, I don't want that, Coach. I'm not sure I can handle that. But Jordan Madden grew into that player for us. She only stopped Novacell last night, who was 0 for 11 from the field. I told Jordan Madden in one of the games, I can't remember, we've been so many places. I said, just guard them all, Jordan, just guard them all. Nene Hayden has to accept the role of stay under control, Nene. When she got here as a freshman, that ball might land on the 6th row up in the stands. But Nene Hayden could play the backup for you. She can hit big threes. She got a huge offensive board and gave the ball to Destiny for a bucket last night. Nene Hayden had a role to play for us to win. The bench last night. Taryn Condren and Brooklyn Pope, hands down, were the best coming off the bench of any team. And I could mention all, but I'll mention the ones that got the most minutes. You do not win championships with one player. You do not win championships with two players. You do not win championships unless you have 5, 6, 7, 8 people heading in the same direction and understand their job. Understand your role. I told them in the locker room after the game, many hours after the game when we were still there. I said to them, every one of you could go to another great university and play 40 minutes a game and average double figures. But what you would have never gotten is this trophy right here. There's not a player on this stage that didn't have a role to play. They accepted it, they embraced it, and they weren't afraid of it. We were not afraid to have expectations placed upon us. And I'll tell you this, you better get your tickets to New Orleans. See you